welcome back. This is Kevin with All Outdoor. Today we're taking a look at a couple of different knives. These are Schrade brand name knives. SCHF36. This one is the SCHF9. Now we're not trying to decide which knife is better. That'll be up to you. Everybody has their own personal use for a knife. What you do with it is different than what I do with it. What I do with it is what's different from the next person down the road does with it. So all we're going to be doing is comparing the knives, talking about them. If somebody's trying to make up their mind between the two knives, which one's going to best suit what they're doing, what they're using the knife for. Both knives are made out of 1095 steel. The blade design is a little different. Where this one here is designed like a kirky, it's got a little bit of curve in it, comes back around, offers that nice cutting edge. Your your FCH35 has just got your standard typical blade. As for cutting edge length or blade length, we're going to call that about 6 inches, or about 6 inches, or about 6.5 to the hilt. And this one here is about 4 3/8 inches, or about 5 1/4. Each knife comes with a sheath. It's got this pocket, and in that pocket, that's big enough for, say, a sharpener stone to go down inside there. This one for the 35, it's just got a Velcro closure, while the 36 has got your snap and Velcro closure. And once again, you put yourself a sharpening stone down inside there. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. Put your sharpening stone down inside there. But it's also large enough for a multi-tool. If you wanted to carry multi-tool on there, then you can. It fits a little snugger on that one. There we go. Out of all the knives of my collection, these are the ones that I use least. You may be saying, why are these the knives you use least? Simply because of their weight. It's difficult to dedicate 1 pound 5 ounces just to a knife whenever you're backpacking or hiking. 1 pound, so 5 ounce difference. So when it comes to a backpacking knife, turn that back on. So when it comes to a backpacking knife, would you rather have a knife that weighs 1 pound 5 ounces that you're just going to use to cut stuff with? Or would you rather use 7.8 ounces of the Gerber Big Rock? Besides weight, another one of the reasons why I do not take these knives on very many trips is because they do not fit MOLLE gear. It seems to me that if you're going to market a knife to outdoorsmen, that by not including the MOLLE webbing on the back, or making it so that it will not fit MOLLE webbing, all it fits is a belt loop, so that you're excluding a large part of your market. Let's say you're going out on a multi-day camping trip, and it's also going to be a hunting trip. You're going out to some public hunting lands, or you're going out to the hunting lease. You're going to get you a deer, rabbit, squirrel, some game. Is that a knife that weighs 1 pound or a knife that weighs 1 pound 5 ounces? You're just not going to be able to make those fine cuts with a knife this large. And you pull that skin away, and yes, guys, I have skinned many deer. Many deer. And as you're pulling that meat away, as you're pulling the hide away from the meat, and you're getting in there and you're trying to make that fine cut, that your wrist gets fatigued from carrying a knife that weighs 1 pound and 5 ounces, or even a 1 pound knife. That's just all there is to it. So when it comes to skin and game, this is a new case I bought. But this, on the hunt lease that I was on, I would either use a very small fixed blade knife, such as the Gerber Big Rock, or a lot of the guys would carry a case, like this is a case trapper, 3.85 ounces. 3.85 ounces compared to 1 pound, 1 pound 5 ounces. And with a case trapper, you're not going to get the fatigue of making those fine cuts, getting in there and cutting that meat away, or quartering the deer, skinning the squirrel, or skinning the rabbit. Every tool in a toolbox has to serve a purpose, or it doesn't need a place in the toolbox. It's just wasting space. Not saying that the 9 and the 36 are bad knives or poor knives. No, not at all. Not at all. I think they're good purchases. They're good value. give them out to a Boy Scout or Cub Scout, a young adult, somebody who's going to be a little rough on their knife, somebody who doesn't mind packing the extra weight. This would be a good starter knife. And then kind of work them down to a better knife. Or you may be asking, well, Kevin, what about baton and firewood and all that? Guys, I'm 49 years old. I've been camping since I was like 13, 14 years old. Even before that, I have never found a need to baton firewood. I've never even really found a need to cut firewood. Something that I ran into with the 9, SCHF9, is that after taking it out a couple of times and getting your oils and sweats on it, these bolts started to rust. I had to take the knife apart, spray them down with a primer, then spray them down with a Rust-Oleum to stop the rust. So as a result of the weight, the size of the knife, I find myself not using these knives very much. Is that if I'm going on a hiking trip, and I suspect that I made in a knife, I'll carry a pocket knife and I will carry the Gerber Big Rock. It shaves a pound off of my weight, pack weight, as compared to carrying the 9. Alright guys and gals, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'm not trying to say which knife is better, which knife is best. That's going to be left up to you. You determine. My personal favorite between the two is the 9. It just cuts better. I feel that it cuts better than 36. Is that trying to cut, say, if you're cutting limbs for a tent pole or stakes or something, tent stakes, or to put up a hammock. The 9 just seems to cut a lot better because of that curved edge. It just seems to cut a lot better. So whenever I need a heavy go-to knife, I go to the 9, and then the 36 is somewhere down the road. Alright guys and gals, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I will talk to y'all later.